What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing tonight's game between the Chicago Bulls and Dallas Mavericks. And of course, you know, if you've seen any video like this in the past or watched any video like this that I posted prior, you know that this is my Bulls report. Now, in tonight's game, you know, the Bulls were going up against a team where, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of worried as far as like matchups went because, you know, I'm thinking Luka is going to be out there and I'm thinking, okay, defensively, who can guard him? So that all came to a close when before the game I found out Luka Doncic wasn't playing, and I said, oh, the Bulls should pretty much win this game going away because looking at the rest of the Mavericks roster, I don't really see a problem as far as Dinwiddie and Finney Smith and Reggie Bullock. I mean, granted, Christian Wood is playing great this season. One of the players I believe should be up for $6 million of the year. But outside of that, and Kemba Walker was active tonight. But outside of that, I didn't really see the Bulls having too much trouble when I looked at Vucevic and I looked at his matchup with like Powell, and I looked at DeMar DeRozan's matchup, and I looked at Zach LaVine's matchup. I didn't really see a scenario where I was troubled about how the Bulls was going to, you know, ultimately the outcome of this game. But again, with the tip-off, the Bulls did allow a lob as the first 2 points of the game. Dinwiddie did throw an alley-oop to Dwight Powell, and I wasn't upset. It was more or less of, you know, when you see that high pick and roll first play, it's pretty much right. The first, I'll say 5 to 10 plays of a basketball game is probably man-made plays. It's the coach's setup and players are executing those early on set plays during the game. And the Bulls got caught early, but that it really didn't bother me. But then you saw Patrick Williams get into the threes. You saw Vucevic get into the three, and ball movement early was like a viable thing for the Bulls. And I read a stat that read that the Chicago Bulls passes the ball almost 300 times a game. That's really efficient. The only thing with that is guys have to execute on the other end of those passes. Guys have to be able to hit those shots when open off those passes. So that was something that was really interesting to me when I heard that tonight. The Bulls were up 8 early and did go on a 11-0 run. So, I mean, it wasn't the fact that they wasn't defending the Bulls. It was just that early on the Bulls were like really hot from the field. The three ball was falling. That was one thing that I noticed. I mean, whether it was from Zach LaVine, whether it's from Patrick Williams, who had a game, whether it was from Vucevic. I mean, the Bulls started from the field. They were shooting 71%. They were getting out in transition. But, again, it's the NBA, and it is a game of runs. So the Mavs did go on a run respectfully in the first quarter. But the Bulls did end up putting up 40 points in the first. And they were up 17 at one point in the second quarter. DeMar DeRozan, he got off to a great start. Andre Drummond came off the bench with a lot of energy. He did have 2 dunks that should make the highlight reel. Patrick Williams, like I said, Patrick Williams' 3 ball was falling. The Bulls passing were on point. I mean, it wasn't too much to say about the first half that the Bulls actually had that I can harp on that they did or didn't do. You know, it just looked like they were in the flow of the game the entire night. And I just say that because I feel like if Luka would have played, you know, he dictates the flow. And I just feel like tonight the Bulls brought the game to a team that did come off a back-to-back. And this is what you're supposed to do against opponents that, you know, are coming into the city off a game where they did play a more formidable opponent in the Milwaukee Bucks. So you have to take it to them. They were probably tired. They got in late. You got to take it to them early, and that's what the Bulls did. The Bulls The Bulls did go up 31 at one point and were up 29 at the half. I mean, let's get to the third halftime. After halftime, the Mavs did get the lead down to 24. Billy Donovan did call a timeout, and at this time, I was like, okay, I see what he's doing here. He's basically pulling guys in, like, don't allow a run. We're up big. Don't allow these guys to creep back into the game slowly but surely. And it never happened. I mean, the Bulls basically ran away with the game. They shot at one point, like I said, they were shooting over 70% at one point, and then it was 65%. I mean, when you're shooting that good and that efficient, there's no way you can actually lose a game. And again, it was more of the same. You saw minutes from good minutes from Dragic. You saw good minutes from Derrick Jones Jr. in this game. Like I said, Andre Drummond, you seen good minutes from him. The Bulls just ultimately, did what they were supposed to do. And they ended up winning tonight's game, 144 to 115. The Bulls actually scored 40 points in 2 quarters. That was the first and the second. And then the third and fourth, they scored 31 each. And it was, like I said, it was just a great overall game. For the game, the Bulls actually shot 63% from three. They shot 19 of 34. That's 55%. They were not too bad on free throws, 17 of 24. I mean, rebounds, 44 to 37. Assists, 33 to 24. Steals, 8 to 5. Block shots, 5 to 4. Not a lot of turnovers in this game. 8 turnovers by the Bulls, 8 turnovers by the Mavericks. So at the end of the day, man, it was an overall good game, and I'm going to get into some guys' personal stats. DeMar DeRozan had himself a game, and I believe that when they did go up, it was partially due into the fact that he carried the team as the game went on. It was a blowout, but he did carry the team. And DeMar DeRozan did have 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Patrick Williams did have 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And it was probably the most complete game I've probably seen from Patrick Williams. I mean, his outside shooting was falling tonight, and that's the type of thing you want to see from him, being aggressive, taking his shot, getting his shots, getting open, making them, not passing up open opportunities. And that was a good thing. Vucevic did have 20 and 8 with 4 assists. Zach LaVine, he didn't really shoot too much tonight, but he did play 27 minutes, 16 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Alex Caruso only played 6 minutes. I believe they said he went to the back at one point to the locker room, and I believe that's the only reason why he only played 6 minutes. Had 1 point, 1 assist, and 1 rebound. Ayo Dosunmu, who came in off the bench and gave some productive minutes, had 17 points. His 3-ball was falling really well tonight also. Kobe White played 26 minutes, but only had 2 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. And Derrick Jones Jr. got in effective off the bench, 20 minutes, did add in 16 points, had himself a highlight reel dunk, and almost caught one of the more exciting alley-oops that I've probably seen this season, but he did miss the dunk. Then you add in Dragic's 14 points, 3 assists on 16 minutes. I mean, overall, the Bulls played a great game. You can't ask for too much, man. They play on a back-to-back. They do meet the Atlanta Hawks in their next matchup, and that's tomorrow evening, I believe, at 6:30. So we'll see how the Bulls fare in that matchup. I believe DeJounte Murray is still out, so we'll see how the Bulls fare in that matchup against Atlanta. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you guys watch the game? Bulls fans, Maverick fans, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, it's greatly appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I catch you guys on the next video.